Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Hero.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of HBO's True Detective, Episode 4.
Who goes there?
Now, this episode was crazy.
This was.
The thing that everyone's talking about is this last 6-minute shot.
That one long take, yeah. It was really good.
I have to congratulate the director, Cary Fukunaga.
Yep.
That's how you pronounce his name.
Yep.
The writer, Nick Pizzolatto.
Yeah.
And the cinematographer, Adam Arcapa, who also had shot Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that on television before.
No, that whole sequence was pretty incredible. I mean, he was basically creating this little mini riot in this. I mean, for everything to have to go right with the extras and how many moving pieces with the cars, and they pulled it off. I mean, just the timing alone on that's crazy.
Yeah, 6-minute continuous take.
Yeah.
I had read they had to do it about 7 times to get it right.
Which isn't bad, actually. 7 times, not bad.
For
that's
for 6 minutes,
good. Yeah.
and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's usually something you normally see in movies because movies have the budget and the time to do it. But obviously, HBO is one of those things that kind of blurs that line between movies and television because it's so cinematic, and it's they've got McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Who are big movie stars, but they're also and Woody Harrelson was a TV star. And, and it was a scene. Well, not scene. It was multiple scenes over 6 minutes. It was just one take. That it wasn't done for just fluff. It wasn't just done for show. It wasn't like cool. Look at this cool take or whatever.
No.
What it was done for was the tension that you felt with McConaughey's character going into that whole robbery and then the whole everything going crazy.
Which is difficult to do because in the back of your mind, he lives because you see him a decade or more later, telling his story, but it's still such a tense scene. I was tense during that whole sequence. They did such a good job making you kind of fear for the guy's life. Maybe he might not get out of this even though we know that he's alive in the present day.
Yeah.
That's hard to pull off.
It is. And the part of that reason was because of the continuous take. You're following him around everywhere, and you're seeing all kind of the craziness that starts to happen around him, and how you're worried, how is he going to get out of this?
Right.
And you see all the dangerous elements popping up left and right from his vantage point.
I mean, this episode, and I guess I heard some of the creators saying that the first few episodes we saw were more about Hart's character, Woody Harrelson, and now we're getting more into Cole. I mean, this was a very Cole-centric episode. I mean, we don't know who this guy is. I mean, he's almost he's a darker version, maybe like a James Bond. Not quite as charismatic, of course, not as smooth and slick with the ladies, but I mean, he does some dark stuff. I mean, he does all those drugs that I'm assuming he hasn't done in a long time. He was putting the stuff in his arm to make his arm look marked up and like he'd been using for a while. I mean, he did all this stuff just to blend in, but he was still coherent and did his job well. I mean, he's a badass. I mean, in this episode. He's
and not
awesome.
only that, another dark side to him is he's taking advantage of the situation with Hart, with Woody Harrelson's character. His marriage has fallen apart because Lisa, played by Alexandra Daddario, is, got pissed because of what he did in the previous episode, and so she rats him out to his wife, and now his whole family life is blown up, and Cole doesn't really care about that.
He's like, it's not my business.
Yeah, he doesn't really care, and he takes
advantage.
advantage of kind of the vulnerable position that Hart's in, and kind of convinces him, no, you need to do this.
Yeah,
Let's do
take
this.
your mind off it.
Exactly, and he manipulates him in that way, and he met up with Hart's wife Maggie, who pisses him off. And he has no problem telling Hart, oh yeah, she's fine, you guys will.
Not my business.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, you guys will be back together in 2 months.
Yeah, because he kept saying, is that your read? Is that what you think? He's like, yeah, 2 months, you'll be fine. It's just like, no.
And you could see in his eyes, he was just like, it was like a little, lie.
Because his character, he's not hopeful about love and romance.
No.
So for him, he'd be like, you guys are screwed. But yeah, he's just telling him so he can go on this mission. And I like that Woody, even though I'm assuming he and Hart, Cole and Hart aren't friends anymore, Woody Harrelson's character didn't talk about this story off the books. I mean, granted, he's still a detective, so I guess he couldn't incriminate himself by that. But I mean, he kind of beat around the bush, and he was even interviewed by those two detectives in the present day. I think they're both not talking about what happened off the boat. He was saying he took some time to go visit his dad.
Yeah.
To go visit his sick dad who had leukemia.
He
or
still
something like that.
has a bond to Cole.
Some loyalty.
And
There's loyalty
respect.
there. Yeah.
Even though they're not friends anymore, and I'm sure there was something bad that happened that.
Right. He didn't rat him out.
Yeah, there's something they have, and we haven't seen it yet.
Right.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure we're going to see it coming soon.
And I love, even though this guy's not, I love the character. I don't know his name. The guy in the prison they keep interviewing.
Oh.
He's great. I love him. Just I had to sometimes I rewind it so I can hear that accent is so thick. You know, talk about Reggie Ledoux. You know, that accent is so thick. You know, and but I love that we're getting more about him. He seems like a crazy dude. I'm assuming it's the guy in the gas mask. We haven't actually seen him. You know, I mean, I probably have to wait for that scene to happen. But I like that. Like, this guy's crazy. Talking about devil worshiping places where they sacrifice babies, and the guy's like, look, I didn't argue with him. He was a big dude, so I didn't talk bad about him. This Reggie Ledoux guy seems crazy. Like he said, McConaughey's character said, there's a monster at the end of this. After any darks, there's a monster at the end, and I'm assuming Ledoux is that monster. So.
And I'm glad you brought up that prison scene because you had also Hart kind of taking jab at Cole when he's like, when that prisoner guy is talking about, you know, it's like crazy, like he's saying all this crazy stuff and blah blah blah, but he was bigger than me and I couldn't say anything, and Hart's like, imagine that, like having to listen to the ravings of a madman all the time. He's just looking right at Cole.
The other guy in the prison felt bad for him at the end. He's like, do you think I had something to do? Like, because I told Ledoux about that. That's why the girl's dead. And he's like, well, maybe, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's in Cole's nature.
Right, yeah.
Because he was like, well, screw him.
Right.
Like, who cares? Like, he messed up. We all know he didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident.
No,
yes, it probably did lead to her death.
He's a criminal, but he's not like psychotic. He's just
he didn't do that. He genuinely did care about her.
Yeah, he was
in
sad,
whatever twisted way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, but
showed him some pictures.
And that's why Hart's like, you couldn't just lie to him or just not say anything.
Dude, yeah, right. He was scared of him.
So
yeah, it's good. This was a great episode of television. I think and the thing is, with a show like this, it's hard. It's like Game of Thrones. It's almost like you're watching a big 8-hour movie. But this was a very good self-contained episode. I thought it was very self-contained. I thought it was a great job.
For me, it ranks up there in the episodes of televisions that I've seen.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like in the history, with the I think what was it, Blackwater of Game of Thrones, the Red Wedding. Those two are up there for me. Some other episodes, the finale of The Shield. A lot of different. I can't name all of the ones. There's maybe some Breaking Bad episodes, The Wire. There's certain episodes, but this ranks up there with.
Yeah, this is one of the best episodes I've ever seen on. Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So, are you guys loving the show as much as we are? And what do you guys think? And what do you think of that 6-minute ending sequence? You can post your comments below on the website thinkhero.com or on our YouTube channel Think Hero Pro.
You also come chat with us on Twitter about any other HBO shows you might be checking out. There's a nice 15-minute Game of Thrones preview before that.
Yeah, Game of Thrones coming back.
April, it's almost here, so let us know what you thought about that. At Think Hero, I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHero fans. Make sure to like that page and share our videos on Facebook, Twitter, and any other social networks. Thanks.